Hey guys, it's Peter here. Welcome back to part 3 of our epic time-lapse adventure. Let's get straight into it. So, one thing I wanted to mention previously on our recording of part 2 when we did the test runs. So, you probably noticed that the actual final time-lapse was stuttering quite a bit. Now, if you look at it now, you can see it a little bit slowed down where it kind of jumps between each of the intervals. So I did some research because this was going to be a big problem, and I found one comment on a website about this, and it seems like on the D850, if you record in lossless compressed RAW, you get this interval skipping. Now you have to record the interval times and your photos in uncompressed RAW, complete uncompressed RAW, and that actually saves you from this interval skipping problem. So that was one thing. So that's great that I found that out. That had been an issue, and I spent quite a bit of time searching for an answer to this because we couldn't have been able to do the time lapse without it. So today it's Sunday morning. We're going to go through the equipment we're going to take up tomorrow, which is just to get everything prepared, and I just want to run through with you all of the stuff that we're going to take. So I guess we'll start off with the motorized slider, which we saw in episode 2. So this is the newer motorized slider. You can see it there. This will be placed either on a tripod or on the ground of one side, so it's going to be sitting. I've seen other videos do it where one half is maybe sitting on some rock or sitting on some other stable surface, whereas the other is sitting on a tripod. So we're going to take this tripod also. The tripod can be used for a number of things, but here, this one here, it's just a Kaufman concept design, I think. Yeah, K&F concept. It's a basic tripod. It's really light, pretty easy to use. It's not a special tripod or anything like that, but just something you can take with us for stabilization. We've got our Sony handle for the A7 IV. We're going to take an A7. This is what I usually do all the kind of vlogging, recording stuff on. So the A7 IV, we're probably going to replace it soon with something a little bit more suitable for video that doesn't have that rolling shutter effect of the A7 IV. We don't really use it so much for photos, but this is the A7 IV with the Sony FE 1.820mm G. It's really good for handheld video recording, I guess so. And we're going to take this little micro just for simple audio recording. And of course we're also going to take the D850 with the 16 to 35 f4. That doesn't, you can kind of use like a different lens, and I was thinking about using the Z9, but I'm really quite happy with the image quality of the D850, and you don't need that kind of fast responsiveness of something like the Z9. So a couple of other things that we're going to need. Obviously, we're going to need some extra spare batteries for the D850, the A7 IV, so we've got one each. And really, in terms of recording, that'll be it. I'm thinking of maybe taking the drone. Probably take the drone. If we take the drone, it'll be the DJI Mini 3 Pro. It's under 250 grams, so you can use it without any problems in that area. It's quiet. So that's it. That's the equipment that we're going to use. The next step will be tomorrow. We're going to get up. We're going to have everything loaded. Have this all loaded up into the car. We're going to drive up, and we're going to set it up. And hopefully the weather is like it is today, which is slightly overcast. So we've got that cloud effect with some light, and a little light will shine through. Now, if the weather is not good, it's going to be difficult to tell because we're going to get up at about 4 a.m. when it's pitch black. I'm not expecting any rain or anything like that, but the cloud cover will be a bit of a X factor. So we'll see how that goes. And nonetheless, we'll record this and release it. And even if the time lapse doesn't work completely as expected, it's still going to be put together and used, and we may do another video of another attempt. But hopefully the weather gods are on our side and everything will work out for tomorrow's video. Okay guys, that's it for Sunday morning. Let's get to Monday morning. Hey guys, it's Friday morning, 4:26. a.m. and took us a few days to get the day right, and here we are. A few small updates before we head off. So one is I kept having issues with the interval time on the D850, and it looks like the actual SD card that I was using was not working properly. I changed to a SanDisk slower SD card, and the interval skipping issue disappeared. Still uncompressed raw on the actual writes of the file, but it looks good. I tested it yesterday for 3 different time lapses, short, like 100 frames, 10-second intervals, 1 3-second exposure, 1 1/30th. So they all worked. We've got everything packed up. It should take us about half an hour to get there, so let's go. Okay, petrol stop, coffee, and let's head to Burke's Lookout. Not too bad for a 7-Eleven coffee. I guess any coffee at 4:30 a.m. is a good coffee. To be honest, not that I'm actually that tired. I'm doing all right. Cool, let's head off. Okay guys, we're here. We're at a spot that's really close to Burke's Lookout. So basically Burke's Lookout is at a place called Mount Dandenong Observatory. We're a little bit to the left, or you could say south of it, just so we can get a clearer view and a less obvious view. A little bit more interesting than if we went straight to just a Burke's Lookout spot, which is quite a regular spot that you could go to. We're gonna go down the hill here. We're gonna go check out this spot and set up all the gear. We're gonna set up the motorized slider. We're going to see if we need to put it on an angle. We've got a tripod here. We've got. I also brought the drone anyway, just in case. It's looking like it's going to be a really good morning, and the view will probably light up for us quite nicely with some clouds. So let's go check it out. Let's set it up and get the camera rolling, and hopefully we'll have something beautiful at the end of it. All right, let's do it. So here we have the D850 set up on the motorized slider, and there it is going off. It's been going on for about an hour already. It took quite a while to get it set up right, and again, this is the first time I'm doing this, so it's a good experience to try and figure out how best to have these time lapses set up. It's a good experience for the next time. I'm gonna come back here at some point and do another one. But for this project, I think we're gonna stick with this. So hopefully the results are gonna be good. The time-lapse exposure as it's going, it needs to be adjusted. So that's another thing that on the motorized slider, as you're moving the camera, it's going to be bouncing around a little bit. So I'm not sure how stable that's going to look. I really hope that it just you don't notice it. We'll see. I think it's something that you probably might need to use a remote for, and I should have used a remote, and I could have used a remote with the intervalometer or even Bluetooth connection to the camera. So I'm gonna try that out also in another round. But for now, I think this has worked out well with the weather and everything's all right. I think the climb down was pretty tough. Almost had a few slip-ups. It's about a 15-minute hike down with all the equipment. It was about 30 minutes. and I did actually, well, I shouldn't have, but I took a shortcut, which is a lot steeper. You can see kind of like up here the hill is a lot steeper, but there is a path that goes all the way around, but that would have taken me probably about, well, maybe another 30 minutes, and then, you know, the light's already changing, so it's one of those things where you have to be really quick, otherwise you miss the moment. And then that's, you know, who knows when the weather's going to be good and when you've got time to actually get up and everything all together. Yeah. Plus we're moving house. So there's a lot of stuff going on, and squeezing this project in is it's tough, but I don't know, like you do it because, you know, I'm committed to doing this, and yeah, I want to get this video all put together today, so I hope you guys get something out of it, and maybe a bit of a laugh. I didn't fall over. I think that would have made it a bit funnier, but I think with the equipment that I was holding, including the laptop in the bag, that would have been pretty painful. Anyway, let's get back to putting this together. I'm pretty much just sitting here waiting for the time lapse to finish. Once it gets a bit lighter, I'm going to pull out the laptop and get some work done. Okay, guys. Hey guys, it's actually started to rain a little bit, so we're going to wrap up. I think that's it. We got quite a bit of footage. Quite happy with everything, so yeah. I'm gonna have one more look before we head off. Okay guys, let's get back into the car. We're gonna go back home, just take out the footage from the SD card, take out the photos, put this video together and upload it onto YouTube, and I'll see you at the next one when we actually get the time-lapse footage set up, and we get LR time-lapse with all of the correct settings. I got to buy a license for it also, so we're going to set that up and then export it, and then I'll release that as a separate video and with just a little bit of discussion about putting it all together. Okay guys, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.